How's it going, everybody? My name is Jordan, and welcome to J-Card Wrestling. This is really kind of a premiere video, if you will. I've been a big WWE fan for a very, very long time here. 2001, 2 area. I really started watching it. I'll make another video about that later on. But today I really thought I could dive into SmackDown 1000. Probably good time for a premiere video. I really want to do something like this on YouTube for a while. I have a music channel video, links in the cards somewhere here, and I was really wanting to do a wrestling channel for a long time, and I thought, well, why not SmackDown 1000 to start it off with? So, without further ado here, I thought the show was pretty good for the most part. I did watch it from start to finish here, but during the middle of this, YouTube kind of took a dump, if you will. So what really happened, I was kind of really focused on YouTube because at the same time, I was uploading stuff to YouTube for my music channel. And I was trying to focus on that more in wrestling for the moment here. But I did watch for the most of it here. I think I missed out a little bit on the, I think it was the cutting edge scene. I believe it started cutting out at. But anyways, I did watch for the most part. I did watch it, and I thought it was pretty good. I've been watching SmackDown since probably around 2002. I remember growing up. UPN was a channel we really didn't have very often. It would come and go with packages my parents would get. So I've been watching SmackDown probably since then. So I've seen almost nearly every episode of SmackDown, almost since 2002. Almost. There was a year I missed a lot of SmackDowns. Anyways, I'll dive in that more into the video here. Why don't we start off the top of the show here? It was the... What was it here? It was the... it was the Truth TV thing. That's been apparently going on for years, as R-Truth would put it. Him and Carmelo are out there, and I thought, you're really going to start SmackDown 1000 with R-Truth and Carmella, who really haven't been on the show really since like the last 2 months here. Carmella's the champion, but R-Truth really the last 2 months here. I thought you were really going to start off that way here. I mean, I know it's kind of over now, but you know, I don't know. I just thought start with something bigger, something that was more monumental than Truth TV here. But anyways, they start talking to the dance break shit. I don't know what it was. And then Steph McMahon comes out, and my immediate reaction was, oh, Jesus. She has to come out and showboat and say how it was a McMahon thing and whatever. And I get she's all proud of that, but I know it's all storyline. But I think Stephanie McMahon, outside of the wrestling world, is probably genuinely a good human being, but her character, man, I just want to punch in the face sometimes. I'm sure a couple thousand other people would too. But anyways, so when she came out, started talking about how, you know, SmackDown's the second longest episodic episode, or, you know, longest running show basically on cable right now. I really tuned out because every time I listen to her talk, I just kind of zone out. And then Shane McMahon showed up, and I thought, all right, here we go. Shane McMahon was on the first episode. He should be here right now. And luckily he did. Came out, kind of, you know, honestly, I can't remember the dialogue. I remember them showing up. And then Vince McMahon's music shows. And let me just point out, the crowd, man, that crowd was just hot for Vince McMahon. Let me tell you, the way they were chanting, you would have thought there would have been a World Championship title change right there. You know, geez. So they showed all that music. And he has one of the best entrances music in ever. You know, No Chance in Hell. There's no other theme song really did it to really chant in a music like that. So, anyways, so Vince comes in the ring. All three McMahons are in the ring, and I thought, oh Christ, where's Linda at? You know. So then Vince McMahon comes in because we want to entertain you, and I'm thinking, Jesus, if you want to entertain me, you know, you lost me on Raw the last 6 months. How the hell are you going to entertain me on SmackDown? And then, sure enough, they do a dance break. I'm like, oh my God. You know, it's just, I don't know, man. You'd think as a opening segment, webcams here, as an opening segment for SmackDown 1000, you would do something a little more monumental, I guess. So I thought, wow, they're really gonna go move on from that part. I'm like, Jesus. So, anyways, we go to the Usos. Usos. Jesus, I sound like I haven't watched wrestling before. I promise, I've been watching for years. The Usos versus Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles. And I didn't know this match was happening. I must have just missed the announcement for that. But I saw, I'm like, holy shit, that's gonna be a good match. And I did watch it. It was a pretty damn good match. And I thought, the Usos better win this because, having AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan fighting pretty soon here at Crown Jewel, wherever the hell that's gonna be at. That's another video I'll make about that. I thought they're gonna have to lose. If they win, can you imagine them celebrating together and they're gonna fight, in a couple weeks for the championship? I don't think so. So I thought Usos have this in the bag for sure, and they won. So I love the Usos. I hope that they get another title run here soon, and it was just a good match. I thought it was a good match to have on a show. Wasn't my favorite, but it was a good match nevertheless. Moving on was the Evolution reunion, and I don't know, man. Is it just me, or should have been on the 25th anniversary of Raw, not SmackDown? I don't know. I don't ever remember once Evolution being on SmackDown. I mean, I've been watching since 2002, and I don't remember not even once, being on SmackDown. I could be completely wrong. They could have showed up, but them as Evolution as a whole, I don't remember ever them being on SmackDown once. So I thought it was kind of weird. And I think they were just trying to get superstar power and the return of Batista, and it's fine and all, and I'm all for that. I am totally all for that. But if you're gonna have SmackDown, like kind of a reunion thing, you better have SmackDown shit on there, not stuff that was in WWE and not necessarily on SmackDown. It's just, can you imagine Eric Bischoff showing up there and having a special appearance? People would have been like, "This is asinine. Why is he on SmackDown? Who's on Raw?" So that's just how I thought. But anyways, nevertheless, they all come out to "Line in the Sand." That is a killer ass song. You gotta put that on my Spotify. But they all come out, and it was a little bit nostalgia moment, for the most part. It was really cool seeing Dave Batista. All of them and I thought, is he staying or is it just like a one-time appearance thing? So they all get their ring. You all saw it. They all talk, and all four of them talk, and then what I thought was really cool is that Batista's like, there's four things why I came back. I can't remember the first three, but the fourth one was that he came for Evolution, and when he said that, I was like, there's something's gonna happen here. Something's coming. And then he said, Triple H has done it all, and then he goes, but except beat me. And then it was like an oh shit moment, because I thought, no way. He totally beat Batista once, I think. Like at a pay-per-view for a world title or something. Didn't they fight? I don't know how much audience I'm going to have the first video here. So, if you're ever watching this, can you guys tell me, did they fight in a Hell in a Cell like in 2004? I swore I thought they did. Maybe not. But I thought, I don't know. I thought they had a Hell in a Cell, and I thought Triple H won. But anyways, so I thought, if I think that's seeds planted for something else. By the way, if you see the dog in the background, just my dog. I left it open for her, so I'm sure she's making a couple special appearances throughout this damn video. But anyways, so I thought, something's gonna happen here. Is this like a WrestleMania feud coming? Is this like a Royal Rumble thing coming? Like, is this gonna be one of those things where is this gonna happen? Part of it's gonna happen now, and then we're gonna forget about it, and then like January comes, and it's gonna be brought back up again. Like, is he back? Is Dave back? I don't know. It's just a lot of questions, but it was a pretty good segment. It was actually probably my favorite part of the whole night. To be honest with you, that was my favorite part of the whole night. So we'll see, I guess, moving on. But, I actually thought the segment kind of ran a little long here, which kind of transitions to my next part. My next part here that I'm going to talk about is The Miz and Rusev. That was like a 30-second match, and I thought, did they call an audible during this? Because was this match really supposed to go 30 seconds, or like planned, or was this just like all planned out to begin with? Because I thought maybe Evolution ran a little too long, and they said, all right, guys, just go out there and pin 1, 2, 3. I kind of got that vibe. I don't know if anyone else did, but that's the vibe I got. Like, it was just like a quick audible. So anyways, Miz is in Crown Jewel, or with the, I can't remember what the hell it's called. The World Cup thing. I don't know, but kind of stupid, I think. But he's in it, and Rusev's not, so I kind of saw it coming, to be honest with you, though. And then we cut into the cutting edge with Becky Lynch and Charlotte. Man, this was I saw a lot of people not liking this, and I was like, well, why don't you people like it? I thought it was kind of cool. You got to see Edge, and Edge looks like himself from like 2006 again, just a little older, with the hair and a little bit of a beard going. And he looked pretty damn good, to be honest with you. But Becky Lynch comes out, saying how Edge was her, role model growing up, and how she was, just infatuated with Edge. And Edge is like, well, I hope, I'm glad to hear that, and I hope, you hear this. And she says, don't ruin a friendship, yada, yada, yada. I stepped on everybody, ruined everything to get where I was at. And then my immediate reaction was, yeah, you slept with Lita and, tarnished relationship with Matt Hardy, and that's me thing I thought. I was kind of thinking, he obviously wasn't gonna mention it on live TV, but it's the first thing I thought of. But then he kind of tried to convince her to, basically fix a relationship with her and Charlotte Flair, and she basically tells him to piss off. And basically, then she told him to not try not to hurt his neck walking out of the ring, and I was just like, oh my god. I kind of marked out. I'm one of those wrestling fans that, the simplest things I'm like kind of marking out for a little bit, but not a lot. I just get excited because, it was Edge. How often do we see Edge in the ring, and then someone current to insult him like that? It's kind of funny, but also kind of cool to see that. So I was happy to see that. And then Charlotte comes out. They have a brawl, pull apart. Whole 9 yards, that's going to lead probably to, I believe they have a match at Evolution, which is another video coming up about predictions and all that. Stay tuned for that. So, same shit, different day, I guess. But I was happy to see Edge. I was really happy to see him. And next we have Sheamus and Cesaro, the Bar, versus the New Day. And, when I first heard this, I'm like, there's a title change coming. Usually in shows like this, there's usually some sort of title change or some sort of big return or something like that. And we had Dave Bautista returning. We had the Big Show returning. We had Rey Mysterio returning. I mean, those are all huge names, don't get me wrong. But I think they're all planned. We saw Big Show the week before. I mean big return. I mean like CM Punk status big return. I doubt he would ever show up for that. Although CM Punk was a huge superstar on SmackDown for a long time. But anyways, that's what I kind of thought. But because I knew, the New Day would have lost. They would have lost, and they did. I was right. Because of the interference of Big Show, and of course, Big Show had his 947th heel turn in the last probably 15, 20 years from WCW and today, in the WWE. So is that a new alliance? He's just helping out. He's something against the New Day. So just Big Show turning heel for the 1 millionth time. And then I'm sure probably by Royal Rumble turn babyface again. So we'll see. And then lastly, we have Rey Mysterio versus Shinsuke Nakamura. And that was a pretty good match for the most part. Nothing extraordinary happened. But I said to my girlfriend, I was like, this is a kind of a dream match because two different people from two different eras, from two different countries, two different wrestling styles. It's really cool to see. So I really hope they do have another match, a pay-per-view match. you know, another match. I hope it's a long, extended match. I think it'd be a really good match if they actually just had time. See, this was obviously going to go only like 10 minutes, and they only went 10 minutes. But Rey Mysterio won. He's now in the, my God, I can't remember of it. I know I'm going to get shit in the comment section for this, but the Crown Jewel tournament, whatever it is. So Rey Mysterio's in it, and I think is that it? Are they filled up, or is there one more? I can't remember. But Rey Mysterio's in it. I don't think he's gonna win it. You know, just my personal opinion. I think Kurt Angle should win it, which I will explain in another video about the whole Crown Jewel situation here. But I think Kurt Angle's gonna win that whole tournament there. And then at the end of it, we had The Undertaker. We had the gong and everything. Undertaker. Again, I'll make another video on this. Undertaker is my favorite wrestler of all time. All-time favorite wrestler. I've been a huge, not even an Undertaker fan, but Mark Calloway fan for nearly 20 years. You know, for nearly 20 years. I'm 24 now, and I've been watching him since I was 5. So I watched him since the just at the end of the Ministry era, and then I remember him coming back for the American Badass stage. I remember him coming back for that. Just very, it was kind of foggy. I mean, I was only like 5, but I remember him coming back. So I've always been an Undertaker fan for years. I marked out when he returned as a dead man at WrestleMania 20. But anyways, it's good to see him back. I know he retired. He retired, you know, a year and a half ago, WrestleMania 33. And when he retired, I thought, oh man, that stinks. But he's old, you know, he's up there. He can't always do it anymore. So I thought, you know, it's fine. Well, it's fine. So then when he returned, I was kind of like, okay, I'm happy about that. But it kind of tarnishes that whole hat, gloves, coat thing in the middle of the ring at WrestleMania 33. So this last run, I mean, it has to be his last run. I mean, you think it would have to be his last run. I'm happy for him, but I don't have necessarily that excitement as I probably would have about 5 years ago if he would have had a retirement run. And this has to be it, man. You think with the match with Shawn Michaels coming up at WrestleMania 35, which I'm attending, by the way, I will be at WrestleMania 35. I only live about 5 hours from there, from New Jersey. But you think that has to be it. So when Undertaker came out, I thought he's probably gonna have this long, slow promo, you know, just talking about this whole Crown Jewel match with the Brothers of Destruction versus DX, and he came out and said like 10 words. He was like, you know, DX, you know, you should have no respect, but rest in peace, and that was basically it. I'm like, what? You flew him there for an appearance. And then that was it. I'm like, that's it? That's it, man? That's all you're going to say? No other, you know, no Kane, no nothing. That was it. And then showing off air. I'm like, all right, so whatever. So I was pretty disappointed and kind of irritated with that. But whatever. So typical Undertaker fashion, I guess. So, man, are few words. So that's it for the show. I don't think I'm missing anything else here. If I am, you know, obviously it wasn't really worth mentioning. I will mention, though, that people were speculating The Rock to show up. And, of course, the only thing or some sort of satellite, you know, whatever, satellite picture, video, you know, special appearance. But no, we got a tweet. We got a 160-character tweet, you know, which is whatever, I guess. The man made the name SmackDown. And you can't get him on a show. I don't know. It's just like, unless they absolutely had to. I just expect more than a freaking tweet, man. You know, just a video package or something. You know, just, I don't know. I was a little disappointed with that. But, you know, for the most part, man, Evolution is my favorite part of the whole show. I hope we do get some sort of match between Triple H and Batista. Something, man. So, for the most part, I would give the show maybe... I give it 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10, I think, was probably pretty fair. Wasn't fantastic, but definitely wasn't horrible for sure. Definitely was not horrible. So there you have it. SmackDown 1000 review. You know, didn't hate it. So just kind of wish it did a little more, I guess. So that's it for me for this video here. Again, this is my premiere video for my new YouTube wrestling channel. You know, it's just it's kind of like a trial run here. I really, really want to keep doing this. This is actually a lot of fun. If you guys see this overlay here, I made it. Oh, what that was fell in my hand here. I made it. It was a lot of fun making this. I feel like if I get the wheels turning here and get some traction here and get a following here, you know, I think this is gonna be really fun to do. Because it feels fun to do. It really felt fun just to do this. So, and I hope a lot of my fans on my music channel come over here who are wrestling fans. So, anyways, that'd be it for me. If you guys could like, share, subscribe, you know, the whole 9 yards, I would really, really greatly appreciate it here. I will be doing Raw and SmackDown reviews every week, hopefully. I do have a hectic schedule with the work here, but I will be up for almost every review for every show. I will be up here for breaking news, you know, current events of anything, situations, problems, whatever. I'll talk about it on here. And pretty soon you'll be getting a video of me about the whole Crown Jewel situation, and then you'll get another video of me. You know, you get another video of me of why I'm a wrestling fan and how long I'm a wrestling fan for, and, you know, why you should listen to my channel here. So that'll be it for me, guys. If you listened to the whole thing, thank you so much. Please subscribe and like the video, and I will catch you guys soon. Thank you.